Hello and welcome everybody to the new and rebranded name of Devil's Theatre. Obviously, with me is Afsar as ever. Guys, obviously, just before we do begin, let's just give a quick mention, Afsar. As many people will know, the podcast, is about celebrating Manchester United, giving the voice from all walks of life. So obviously, whilst we love the name of Brown Munde, and I think we're also not even known for that, and we still welcome that. But I think what we've
I heard more
realised,
people know us as the brand one than they do AP Dillon.
yeah, that's an achievement within itself.
Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, I think just the reason for the change was, more and more we were speaking to different people. I think we just realised that, maybe people didn't fully feel inclusive, and they didn't feel as part of something, especially when we're speaking to some of the guests that we were looking to bring on. So look, obviously, as we mentioned before, man, with the same people, same passion for Manchester United, but just a little rebrand of Devil's Theatre, and I think it quite goes nicely. To be fair, at our club, there's always some kind of drama. It's a theatre. I think when you come to the Theatre of Dreams, more than watching a football, it's more of watching pantomime of late. But I think
The
after,
refs would make a good pantomime figure, wouldn't they?
well, yeah, I mean, we'll come on to that. But look, we've just come back off a. Okay, let's be honest. It's a great
Before we
result.
jump into that, I just want to
Yeah, go
highlight
on.
as well. Obviously, you said the name change there, the rebrand. One thing that is really important to mention is the values remain the same.
Yeah,
We will still speak up for the underrepresented. We will still, look to highlight the South Asians in football and whatnot. It's just obviously we are Manchester United fans, and I think the Brown Monday name sort of not in a disrespectful way, but took away from that a little bit.
mm,
So yeah, we knocked our heads together. We eventually came up with a name, and here we are. New, like the tweet said, new year, new name, same passion.
100%, man. Like I said, everybody's part of this. You know what I mean? So it's not just Monday or Brown. Yeah, but yeah, Devil's Theatre. Here we are. But you know what? What a great first podcast to do it under the rebrand. Liverpool to Manchester United to. I think I was just about to say, you know, let's be realistic and say that's a great result.
You know what? Considering we all expected to get battered, fantastic result.
Man, I think I was saying if the result is 5-0 or below to Liverpool, I think we've done well.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I think I had 6-1, and then I changed my mind to 6-0 because I thought there's no way we're going to score. How wrong I was.
But look, we could have scored. Okay, we scored two today, but we could have scored more. I think
We
just
could have had 5.
yeah, let's just start from the beginning. I mean, the funny thing is, a lot of people wanted the game called off today, didn't they? Obviously, with the snow, around the area.
I
No,
didn't. I just
same.
again look. I was expecting a battering, so I just wanted the game over and done with,
Yeah.
and just out the way. Move on to Arsenal, move on to Southampton, and whatever may be, maybe.
Yeah.
Like you said, people wanted the game called off. I think it's important to recognise the reason the game went ahead. So, the Council of Liverpool, the volunteers, the guys cleaning the pitch, cleaning the surrounding areas, massive shout out to them.
Yeah, man.
If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have got what a great spectacle of football.
Fantastic game. I think it was a great game because yeah, I think my biggest fear was twofold really. Fixture congestion. I'm sure that would have impacted Liverpool more than what Manchester United. But B, my biggest fear was depending on when it was, we might be having to do something like a guard of honor.
Oh God, yeah.
Liverpool, they look nailed on to win the Premier League at this moment in time. Yes, it's only January. No league titles are handed out at this time, but for the lead that they got, I've not even checked because they can't be.
I'm still back in Nottingham Forest, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Get
yeah.
in.
Uh,
Noodles can do it. I'm convinced.
yeah, yeah. I'm definitely back in that Portuguese. Do you know what I mean? Not just our own. But yeah. So it was good to get the game go ahead. And look, man, what a game! I think it's right from the minute. I think I messaged you within the group, one of the groups. I think Kobe Mainoo got injured within what 90 seconds, 2 minutes of the game, and I was like, "Yo, lads,
I was
positive,
worried.
man." Well,
I
I
was
was
really
positive.
worried.
I was thinking, you know what? We're not actually a goal down here. We're not conceded. We've done well. Because I remember the Newcastle game last Monday, obviously where we lost 2-0, which could have been a lot more. We were just dreadful from the off. Do you know what I
I think
mean?
we've been dreadful for so long. It was so good to see that performance.
Yeah.
Normally, when Man United win or get a point in recent history, we haven't been the better team.
Mm.
It's been because the other lads didn't turn up.
The other team.
But as much as Liverpool weren't at it today, it's because we were better. It's not a
Yeah,
fact of they didn't turn up, so we skated by. Does that make sense?
100%. Obviously, in any game, there's two teams. You know, and generally when the one team wins, the other team's not played as well. So that that's a given. So one team's always not as good, but yeah, like you said, I think just as Liverpool weren't great and they've obviously played better, I think we made them play that way because of the way we played.
That's what I
We
mean.
played.
In a weird way, we had control of the game.
Yeah, no, we did. I remember one point the stats. I don't know how the stats ended at the end of the day, but I know at one point we were 50-50,
Let me
and that
grab
was like
them.
within about half an hour of the game. So we were like 50% possession, and I think there were points where they looked a bit more dangerous than us. I mean, I still say our attacking our third half, we seemed to just drop off a cliff.
Oh
But
yeah,
we were,
that's been the case for a long time now, hasn't it?
yeah, exactly. But we were in control. The way they were playing it around in the back. They weren't panicking. They weren't like just booting it. They had an actual a, a path to pass a ball to. They knew where they were going to pass it and things of that nature. So it was really, I was really impressed the way we done. I mean, it was the first half, and I was skeptical. I was just saying, you know what? As well as we played, obviously Liverpool haven't been that great. So second half, they usually do turn it on.
That's what I
Uh,
was thinking. I was like, second half, the cop's gonna come alive and it's game over. But we had the perfect start.
yeah, I mean, wow. I think I didn't quite realize it at the time, but somebody had said that I think it turned out to be Gary Neville. The Leacher goal was reminiscent of Ryan Giggs. The part that he got into the box, when he just kicks it and it hits the roof of the
Ah,
net. If you think about it, obviously.
I didn't
By
think
the way,
no.
if you look at it, great play between Bruno played very well, and I didn't, like I said, appreciate it at the time. But the passing between him and Leacher, and then the way Leacher finished that, it was sublime. You know what I mean?
You know what? That finish from him as a centre back. I watched him hit that and I thought, why can't Xerxes and Highland do that?
Well, yeah.
Do
Oh,
you know
no,
what I
look,
mean?
I think Rasmus has got it in him, man. But yeah, look, I want to say that with Leacher, obviously, even he's had a lot of bad press, for want of a better word. People are saying he's lost it. He's not the same kind of player that he was when first season.
I've been one of them.
Yeah, obviously a lot of things change, and my view, I've always said whoever lasts that long at Man United after the first season, you always notice a drop. But he played well on both sides.
I
He scored
think
the goal.
it's important to say though, with Leacher, it's not the standard Man United drop. The the Glazer effect, I'm going to call it. It's not that. It was, I think with him, it was the injuries.
Yeah, the injuries will play a part, but like I says, however it's happened, whatever it is, he still had a drop off in his performances. He's not the Leacher that we saw when we first saw him playing against Liverpool, remember when he at Old Trafford when we beat them after the two bad results, and the way he smashed into Salah, and
Yeah,
I always remember that the way he kind of, took him out. That was great. So, although today wasn't that kind of performance, he still played well. Played decent, and yeah, and that goal, and then when Liverpool scored that Gakpo goal, I mean, the one guy I know that a lot of the fault is gone to Delete, Mattis Delete, and he did dive in when
he
Gakpo
was at fault for both goals, and people were going at him. And I'm like,
yeah, I mean Mattis Delete, he could have.
if he didn't dive in, you'd be kicking off at the fact that he let him run past him.
Well, yeah, I think it looks bad because obviously the way he cut back, but I think there is some notion that he plays with him. It's his international teammate. He will probably know him. Especially in training, attack v defense, probably knows better. But on that goal, I'll not the blame. I'll put the responsibility more on Ugarte because if you look at it, when the ball comes over towards Gakpo, Ugarte is in that position. But then Ugarte, halfway through that transition of when Liverpool got it, he tries to go back into the midfield where his actual position is, and he almost lets Gakpo go, and Matic
Yeah,
delivers
it's
it.
like he's let his man go, and Delict's had to pick it
Yeah,
up.
pick it up. So he should have stayed there because even where the position where Ugarte was going, Kobe was already there, and he wasn't going to go that way. So it's those little things. But then yeah, so that's 1-1, and then you got Matic delete. So at that point, actually, I'm thinking, oh, here we go. Do you know what I mean? You know how brittle our
Yeah,
mentality is. Something goes against us, especially in a big game like this.
it's the joys
Oh,
of supporting Man United, isn't it?
yeah, especially we're winning and then it's 1-1. I think, oh, here we go, kind of thing. And then up until that point, we didn't, we're doing all right. Then I think it wasn't so many minutes after that they get the penalty. Like you said, Match with his hands up. I think it's one of them ones. Obviously, if
I
you
thought it was a
instinct,
harsh pen.
it was a pen.
It was a pen, definitely. But I thought, look, the rules are weird. I think it's like something to do with he made his body bigger, which yes, he does, but he's also like he's right next to the ball. So like, how much time does he have to react? I
It,
don't know. I thought it
I,
was harsh, but it is definitely a pen.
it was a pen because I think he just opens his arm up just like that, and he doesn't really need to do it. I think yeah, you can turn. If even if it was like this, a bit closer like that, but it's like
Yeah,
out
then
there.
yeah, it's like
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and whether it would have gone in or not, I think it might have. The way that angle looked, it could have possibly gone in. But yeah, look, so we get a penalty. We think, oh man, and I did say, look, in one of the groups, I says, oh no, I was going to save this. Keeper's left. It went to the left, but look, Salah smashed it in, and
you know that
although he got his hands
the
to it.
lead up to that pen, Gakpo grabbed the ball and he walked away from the penalty spot.
Hmm.
And you know what? He was so clever for doing that. And I'm going to
Yeah,
praise him here because Onana's that keeper that he will get the ball first. He
yeah.
will hold it. He will give it to you. And he probably talk shit to you while he does it.
Do a bit of mind games.
Do you know what I mean? Like then
Yeah.
mind games that, try and bit of bungay, try and get inside someone's head. And Gakpo totally eliminated. And he still tried going. Which, look, it's Man United, Liverpool. If you can get an edge by getting a word in someone's head and putting them off, but Salah's just too good, man.
Yeah, look, like you said, I think a lot of that Gakpo taken, and then Salah gets the ball. By that time, you can't really approach him because he'll get a
Yeah, the
yellow card or
situation's
whatever have you.
calmed down. Everyone's walked away, and
He's done that. So yeah, look, good goal. Unlucky from Onana, and then again after that we didn't capitulate. Again, we weren't like hoofing the ball, and it wasn't the case of where Liverpool were all over us. They were the better team. But then, yeah, I mean, the goal and Garnacho came on, and I was like, oh God, what Delo was doing in the first half and before Garnacho had come on, he was actually going past Trent. He was beating him.
Trent had an awful game.
Yeah.
Awful game.
Trent was awful, and it's a shame that he's going to leave because I think that Bradley kid he's a decent player, and I think it's great, was Trent Arnold's here because it just makes him weak as it is. But when he came on Garnacho, I just knew what he was going to do. He was going to take it so far, come back, cut back. He was either going to, hit it down the line to Delo or square it. Do you know what I mean? So when he did cut it back, and then Delo, Ahmad was there to score the goal. Shocked, surprised, but because I expected, here it goes. When we was 2-1, I thought 3-1, 4-1. We're just going to capitulate now.
See,
Do you know what I mean?
when that goal went in, I didn't know how to react
What
because
does that
I
mean?
was sat there and I was like, "Has this just happened? Like, are we really like? This is 2-2. Like, are we really like doing this? Like, what's going on?" It like you said, fantastic run from Garnacho, ball into Ahmad. Look, Garnacho's had a lot of stick in recent weeks. He's been out of the team for a long time.
Yeah.
It came out on Friday or Saturday that he was out of the team because he walked away from Ruben Amorim when he was giving
Something
him
like
instructions.
that. The Victoria Pleasant game.
Yeah, so look, fair play if that's, I'm behind it. If, he's trying to instill some discipline as a manager, as a coach. I hope Garnacho's learned from that. Obviously, we had the thing where he's apparently deleted his social media. So, you know what? I don't blame him for the shit he was getting. But he seems to be that. He doesn't get rocked by what happens on social media as much as Rashford does.
Who's that? Garnacho.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he does.
It seems like something happens and he sort of goes with it. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know. Like I said, he's not been the same player for a while. I personally think social media rocks him because we've known that him and his brother are on it, and with all these likes.
his brother's a flipping
Um,
tool.
Look, man, look the young kids. Everybody's at it. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know why some people believe that footballers shouldn't have the same life as any other mortal being does. You know what I mean? Everybody's got social media. So the young kids, the only difference is, yes, they're successful in their, I say successful. They've been
The
successful in
money's
becoming a
the difference,
professional.
isn't it, really?
Yeah, they're becoming a professional footballer. And look, anybody would want to do that. People would just talk bollocks and say, "Oh, I would do it for free." This, that, the other. No, you wouldn't. Shut up. Do you know what I mean? So they're doing it, and look, they're all living a life that a lot of people would like to live. Do you know what I mean? A lot of
Absolutely.
money, and obviously part of that living the life is being on social media. So there's nothing wrong
In
with
the
them being
spotlight,
social
yeah.
media. Yes, they're on spotlight, and people, they should live in a certain way, or they should expect it. No, they're still young kids. I mean, the young adults, they're still relevant in this social world. You know what I mean? They're still going to do what they want to do. So yeah. Anyway, I do personally think it has rocked him a bit, and it's understandable. But like I said, as much as they can, block it out, not worry about it, go back to basics. Because like I said, I do feel it's almost like he's got lead in his boots. He just everything just seems heavier. Everything just seems more lethargic. Everything just seems more of an effort. He's not running past
He's
players
lost his
as he would.
spark.
That's it. Yeah, he's lost that little bit of thinking. Like I said, when he scored that goal, forget who it was against. Was it Everton? I can't remember who it was. When he didn't celebrate. I can't remember which game it was. But he never celebrated. And Roy Keane was having a bit of a go. It's a goal. You should be celebrating this, that, the other. So it's those kind of things. But anyway, look. Today he was part of the team that got us back, got us a point. We'll go so far as saying we should have won the game
I
at the end.
think we should have done. I think we had. Not only should we have won it, it could have been a very comfortable victory because we had chances. Right at the end, Xerxes to Maguire. Look, it's not. It's rained, it's snowed. Obviously, they've had the sprinklers on. They've had to clear the pitch, whatever. But that wasn't an easy pass. The ball sort of bounces as it gets to Maguire, and he doesn't hit it with his boot. He it comes off like his shin or something.
Yeah,
Like it's
I, I think two things are right here. I think Xerxes is a rubbish ball, but then also Maguire has a rubbish finish.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's not. It wasn't a clean hit. I think it bounces off his leg more than anything.
Yeah,
But
but I
that
kind
should
of
have been 3-2.
I kind of agree with what Roy Keane was saying. I think him and Sturridge was having a bit of a debate. Keane was not saying at the end of the day he's a Premier League proven international player, even if he plays in defence. Look,
Yeah,
man, you know how
you've
to
got to be
keep that
burying
down.
that,
You know what I
especially when your
mean?
centre
Well,
back partners just rattled one in early in the game.
yeah, at least hit the target or whatever have you. So yeah, we could have won it. I mean, just having a quick, trying to even it out a little bit as well. One of my Liverpool friends, I was like saying, I'm going to do the pod, give me your views, and I'm going to read it word for word here, but I don't know whether they've got this wrong, one part,
Okay,
but I'll let you guys
we'll go through it.
work that out. It says, yeah, people assumed LFC were going to win. However, no matter how bad United's form is, they surprised everyone against Liverpool, except those shocking wins. Trent was awesome. McAllister was the best player from LFC's side. Overall, LFC were the weaker side today. United came together. I feel United missed Bruno. Their game was different today. That's in terms of the Newcastle game, whereby we missed Bruno and Ugarte. So, because you can see
Oh, okay, right.
the
I was thinking
differences.
Bruno played.
No, that's what they meant. And I have questioned them about the trend. They have messaged me back, but I'm not going to say what they said because I think it's quite funny that they first wrote out Trent was awesome because I don't think that's what they
Yeah,
really. No, I don't
I
think that's
think
what they
Trent
really
had a.
meant.
Yeah, I
But
don't think that's what he meant. Trent had a terrible
yeah,
game for me. The McAllister thing,
no, McAllister was good.
he was good.
No, McAllister was good, man.
He had a great game. I don't agree with Salah getting man of the match. I think
No,
that
no, no,
was.
no, 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 no. No, where was he man of the match on one of? Is it the Premier League?
I think it was the Premier League's
Premier
official.
League because
Yeah,
Sky or Gary Neville, whoever gave it to Bruno, which I didn't agree with that one
I would
because
give it to. Sounds really strange because of how he ended the game, but I would give it Maguire.
my player of the match was Ugarte. He
Ooh,
was
good
everywhere,
shout.
man. He was putting in the tackles. He was everywhere, and like we said, you can see that energy that he brought
He settled.
compared to the
He
Newcastle
settled
game.
nicely.
Yeah. It just seems like, and obviously the player that he came off, I think it was it for Kobe Mainoo, who came off for Garnacho, I think it was. Can't remember who it was. I'm sure it was. I can't remember.
I think it
But I
was
think
Kobe.
Kobe had a very good game as well. Like, do you know what I mean? I think after his little knock on his head, he gave a few passes away. But it was good to have that chat early, wasn't it, in the group? Where one of the guys, I won't say the name, was saying that who would have Kobe Mainu, and where does he play? I think me and you kind of both agreed that look, Kobe Mainu goes anywhere. You know what I mean?
I
If
mean, my thing was ring Gasparini and go back to Atalanta and
that
win
was
Serie
Ahmad.
A.
That was Ahmad you was
Oh,
talking about.
sorry, yeah, Ahmad.
Ahmad.
Yeah, I think. Look, Real Madrid got mentioned in the group chat because Real Madrid have too many midfield options.
No.
Real Madrid do not give a toss. They went and signed Mbappe.
And then they
They've
got
just
Vinicius.
about figured out how to play with Mbappe. They don't care.
Yeah, look, don't get me wrong. I think in terms of personnel, they've got a lot of personnel, and could they move him one or two of those players along if somebody like Kobe Mainoo comes up? Yes. Do you know what I
Absolutely,
mean?
but
Kobe
playing
Mainoo is
with better players makes you better.
yeah.
Like Kobe with Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Valverde, Modric, he's going to become a better player.
Yeah, I
Again,
think
Madrid is just an example that got bought up. We're not saying that's where he's going or where we want it. Look, for me, I'd love it for these boys to stay at the club. I just think they need to save themselves and think about their own careers.
if I was either of them, I think Kobe Mainoo's here till 2027 anyway, from what I understand. But Ahmad looks like he's already signed a new contract. If I was him, I would have, thought about it twice. But hey, look, we're gonna stay positive here. I mean, just
I think the biggest thing for Ahmad signing that deal is clearly Ruben Amorim has a plan for him.
yeah, yeah,
Clearly, he's a favourite of Amorim's because
yep,
he's seen a lot of game time.
yep.
He's a big game player, as I said it in the group. He seems to come alive in their moments. I don't know if he belongs as a 10. I kind
I,
of prefer him as a wing back, and Mazraoui is one of the three centre backs.
I think he'll do well. And I think my only fear is obviously how long is Amorim there. I mean, today was a great result, but we'll move on from there. But the reason why I was laughing, about a few seconds ago was because earlier on in the group chat, as you know yourself, when I was talking to one of the lads, we was talking about the ownership, and they're blaming the ownership, and I was like saying, they were blaming the players. I'm like, why are you blaming the players? What do you think the problem at United is? He said, no, it's not just the players, it's the ownership. When I asked the actual problem, explain to me what it is. He just kept mentioning the players, the players, the players. And I won't blame the players. I'm not blaming the players. I've said so many times. It's just hard to know. And I'm going to give this analogy, and I think hopefully a lot of people will be a bit more tuned into it. I gave the analogy of cars because I thought this person would
Yes,
like
I
the
remember.
cars.
Yes, the
Yeah, yeah.
Golf R, the
The,
GTDI.
yeah. So I says, look, if you got a Golf R, VW Golf R, standard Golf R, and it's going to do a drag race, okay, and then so it's a race, and they know what car it's going to go against, but you as the owner, the second person, you as the owner have a chance, but you think, right, actually I'm going to skip some money, but I'm going to get a VW Golf GTTDI. So it's still a VW, it's still a Golf, but they've bought a GTTDI. Okay, now for a lot of people who don't know a lot about cars, 0 to 60, as I was saying. So a 0 to 60, you're looking at a Golf R around about 3.9 seconds, and a Golf GTDDI to do the same speed to 60 seconds, 60 miles per hour, it takes roughly about 6.9 seconds. Okay, so already it's not going to win. And I was comparing, and I was saying, look, whose fault is it? And this person was saying, oh, well, it's the driver. The driver could be better. And I was like, you know,
That's like asking a driver of a Volvo 440 to compete with a Bugatti.
yeah, you got to blame it. I was like, look, no, because it's the car. At the end of the day, the engine can only do so much. So again, the reason why I bring that into relevance. So we're talking about Colby Mainey, we're talking about Ahmad. We've talking about a lot of these players. Even we've been talking about how the likes of Scott McTominay goes away, he plays really well. He's top of the league in Italy. He's getting man of the match performances. Sancho's gone away. He's done better than what he has at Manchester United. I think Manchester United, they may have had 1.5 games, good games. I'm including that first half, that game we talked about, Martinez against Salah.
Yeah,
That
I
first game with
can't.
that Liverpool, I remember that half he played well, but then
Liverpool and
there's
Arsenal, maybe, I think. I
maybe,
can't.
maybe, but
Liverpool definitely, but I can't remember
yeah.
much.
So the point of that was, look, even on the Golf GTTDI, you can put on, you can get some Brembo brakes, absolutely fantastic brakes, and you can customize it. You put all the best parts on there. You get the best suspension, etc., etc., or make a difference, but still to that 0 to 60, it's going to make hardly much of an improvement. So that Golf R, even if you keep it standard, it's just a better performing car. It's got the better engine. It's got everything else. So no matter how much you suit this GTTDI, it's still going to lag behind. And this is what I'm trying to say. Even with the players, you can put the Brembo brakes, and then you can bring in the likes of the Amads. You can bring in the Sanchos. These players that are already there because of the environment that they're in, on what they have to work with. We just don't know the quality of these people. Now, yes, if you put those Brembo brakes onto the Golf R, better brakes, you put better suspension from the GTDI into the Golf R, it's going to perform better because the whole thing is better and it's going to give it a better
Yeah.
performance. And this is I'm trying to give an analogy when sometimes people can't always understand, but this is what I mean. You just don't know what is and isn't a good or a bad player because we've seen it so many times. that even they're speaking about Italy, Lukaku goes and wins the league with Inter Milan. Ashley Young goes from United to Inter Milan and wins the league. People also forget even Matteo Darmian, who's still there. He went to Italy.
Yes,
He's won the
Matteo
league.
Darmian.
He's gone into the
Chris
Champions League
Smalling had a
final,
very good
uh,
time in Italy.
Roma and things of that
I think
nature. So
he won whatever
the
trophy it was Mourinho won.
the Conference League, Europa,
Yeah,
Conference European Cup, whatever it was. So look,
De
and
Gea's
this is
having a
what
great time in Italy.
he's having a fantastic time, although he lost 3-0 to McTominay yesterday. This is what we were trying to say is you don't know until the environment in Manchester United, everything, even Sir Jim Ratcliffe spoken about the environment's not good, etc., etc. Until that's all sorted, we can't keep blaming the players. We can't keep, I'm even hearing people already saying that Amorim's not good enough. Again, I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
That
I
Amorim
don't
not
know.
good enough thing baffles me. He's been here 5 minutes.
Yeah, I
Right?
don't mean, and the question is after as well, because I think the up until Newcastle, he kept saying I've only had four sessions with the whole squad. Obviously, then this week we've had near enough, obviously, a whole week for him to prepare. So he's obviously had a few more sessions. No, today's performance was that because of more sessions with the group that he said he's been missing, or was it just the fact that the players gave that little bit more?
So you're saying basically, is it down to time on the training pitch or is it down to the occasion?
That the players, got up for.
I think it's a combination of both.
Hmm.
I don't think, this is me being honest, I don't think Ruben Amorim can come in November, was it?
Yeah, yeah.
October, I can't remember, October, November, whenever it was. I don't think he can come in from then till now, rip up the 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, whatever we were playing, and implement a 3-4-3 formation with wing backs when I don't think many of these players have ever done that before, with the exception of Ugarte doing it at Sporting. Alicia may have done it at Ajax as a 3 centre back, but I don't think they did. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's too much of a change to then expect instantaneous results and, we're going to blow people away. Oh, look, he won 6-0 at Sporting. We're going to win 5-0. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Because when we came up against a Newcastle side that is, as a squad, quite settled, very well run as a football club, very well drilled by Eddie Howe and his team, and let's be honest, fantastic footballers, they ran rings around us. You could have put Bruno and Ugarte in that game and it wouldn't have made a difference.
I think it would have been. Because we saw it when Kobe Mainoo came on.
That midfield three of Tonali, Joelinton, and Bruno Guimaraes is just, it's energetic, it's physical, it's in your face. Like, them three is what we need our two midfielders to be.
Yeah,
and
look,
we've got one in Ugarte.
Yeah,
put Kobe with him, give Kobe some time. I think we get there.
Yeah, like I says, I think the Newcastle game definitely, Ericsson and
was it Casemiro?
Casemiro, yeah, they were nowhere to be seen today. Obviously, they didn't come off the bench or anything. But it's obviously, I think Amorim is going to make mistakes. I think he sees what he sees on the football training ground, and he makes decisions off of that. Not always going to be correct, obviously not, but to kind of start saying, oh, it's his fault and this, that, the other, like, come on, this is part and parcel of the game. Now, to me, I think two things, like you said. I think, yes, time on the pitch helped. On training ground, should I say, helped to get his ideas across a little bit more. So, but me, although I do believe formations do make a difference, the be all and all is the players. And it was quite interesting to his post-match interview, where he seemed quite pissed off with the players.
Yeah, that was odd.
It was odd, but I get it, because what he's frustrated is like, look, You can give me that performance against Liverpool.
But why can't you do it against? Yeah.
Why can't you do it against the other teams, the likes of
And
Bournemouth and Forest, that we should be beating?
the reporter for Sky said to him, Bruno's just said exactly the same thing.
Yeah, so
So that to me shows there is a unity forming.
yeah,
Maybe it's because they're both Portuguese. I don't know, but
to be fair, I
there's a
think
common
Bruno.
goal.
Yeah, I think Bruno's always kind of alluded to that anyway. He always shirks responsibility. I mean, shirks responsibility. He always takes responsibility. He never shirks the responsibility. Um, I always remember at Watford when they were being on Ollie, his final game, and he's like saying, "No, it's not them, it's us,"
Yeah,
kind of
it's our
thing,
fault.
which it
It's
is,
not his.
which is the players, and I think that's quite admirable. But I've said it a million times. There's been roughly about 50 players that have come in, 60 that are left, and we're still getting results that we are on today, even worse results. So there has to be something more fundamental. But I get it, and it is true. We could be seeing more, but we got to be thinking to ourselves as fans, what is it? Do you know what I mean? There's something clearly not happening here. We're too quick to point the fingers at managers, too quick to point the fingers at players. Oh, it's not Joel Glazer who's on the pitch trying to finish the chances. No, it's not Sherlock. But again, just like it is, as we've said before, marginal gains, it's also marginal declines. Players' performances that get worn down with this club, with the toxicity of the fans, that whole Xerxes thing, which was absolutely disgusting. Obviously, we've not been on the podcast
Yeah,
since that game.
just to mention on that, that was fucking hang your heads in shame. Whoever did that,
Absolute shame. But to try and even justify people who do it, I don't get it.
like, that's one of our. While a player wears that red shirt, while they're on that pitch, you back them for 90 minutes. Whether you
100.
love, hate, feeling different, you back that player.
Look,
Now, people are going to be like, oh, but it's Rashford, he does this, but Xerxes is Xerxes. I don't give a shit. While they're on that pitch and they're wearing red, or white, or blue, whatever kit we choose to wear on the day,
yeah.
Sky, please, next time, just confirm it ahead of time, please.
No. Yeah, exactly. I think they did through that because I looked at the official tweet. I saw that they were wearing the white kit. So even though the blue one came up, people got confused. I was like, look, you can see
That's
even in
why I
the
was like, we're
warm up.
wearing white to blend in with the snow.
You could even see the warm up. They had the white stuff on, so I was not too sure why people thought it was the blue. Anyway, yeah, you're absolutely right. Do you know what I mean? And I think we as fans have a massive, massive responsibility. We add to the toxicity of this club.
100%.
We add to the pressures. We talk about Manchester United, and we as fans, and I'm not just talking about match day and going fans. So actually a massive big up to the away fans at Anfield today, who sang Xerxes' name even before he was on the pitch. They were shouting his name, singing his name. Even when he went up for warm up, they were singing his name again. Even when he came on, he was singing. They were singing his name. So this is exactly, and you could even see in Xerxes, when Ahmad scored the goal, he was part of the group. He
Yeah.
was celebrating. He was even rushing them back. I was actually watching Xerxes, so I wanted to see his reaction. He was saying to Ahmad, "Go back, come on, let's start again. Let's get another goal." Do you know what I mean? Even when he came on, there's things he could have done better. Yes, like all of them could have. But he running, he was showing that passion. Do you know what I mean? And that's because he would have seen the away fans applaud him, shout his name, and think, "Well, actually, you know what?
I'm
Fans actually do."
appreciated.
Yeah,
Yeah, it gives you that. It sounds weird because, look, you wouldn't be in football if it wasn't something to do with validation. You want the validation from the fan base.
of course.
And today he got that. And that then fed through into his performance on the pitch.
Yep.
Look, we said it was a shit ball to Maguire, but by and large, I think he had a great performance.
Look, he would have known
In
he could have done
relative
a
terms,
better
he had a
ball.
great,
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, a former striker, Sturridge, he was saying, you know what, that's the kind of ball that we should play. And Keane, he was saying no. So it was neither wrong or right because two people were debating it. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't completely wrong.
But
But he
also
got,
in that scenario, I'd be inclined to agree with Danny Sturridge, given he's
yeah, as
the
being the striker.
striker.
But
Yeah,
then Roy Keane's Roy Keane, man. One
might
is
ask me
one.
to meet him in a parking lot. You never know.
No, but going back, and as we finish this podcast off, we on this channel everybody knows our views about the ownership. We all know where it comes from, why we are where we are. Because at the end of the day, it trickles from the top. It starts from there. But again, I really do urge our fan base, stop giving this ownership a way out. Stop, you know, um, getting them to shirk the responsibility. It's their responsibility, irrespective of whether the player is good or bad, whether he should be here or not. That's up to the people who bring them here. That's up to the people who sign off that check to bring them here. Now, as I said, a player can have a rubbish game, can have a great game, but they've come to Manchester United for a reason. They want to come, they want to perform. Today's game, yes, I get why Amorim's frustrated, but he's also said, which is great, it's not just the players, it's everybody at the club. And I truly do believe that.
Yeah, he said
Do you know
something
what I
about
mean?
everyone's gotten too comfortable, and I
Yeah,
think that in particular lies. I doubt the Glazers and Jim are going to read that article or listen to that interview. That's a shot at them.
yeah, of course it is. Everybody's got
You
too
got too
comfortable.
comfortable being the big dogs of England, being the top of the pile. Well, Man City kicked you off it. Liverpool kicked you off it.
We're not doing
And
the
you should
things
be
that we
playing
should
that
be.
throne.
Yeah, and we're not doing the things that we're doing. So this is why, if we want our players to perform on that pitch, we we we've given them enough shit. Like we just showed you, like we just said, even Garnacho being a great example. It's affected him. You can see he's a young lad. It's affected him. Do you know what I mean? So it's as fans, we need to take the responsibility to say, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna play my part. I'm gonna back these players. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna back the manager at least, who makes the decisions, who's gonna say, you know what, who's gonna bring us back to this glory. Forget all this player FC and all this business, because if we are gonna get frustrated, and which we are well within our rights to do, because Manchester United should not be 14th, they should be at least fourth in those top European spots. That comes down to the ownership. So if we're gonna have a go at anybody, let's have a go at them.
Yeah.
You know.
And the thing is, Jim Ratcliffe himself admitted that the environment here was toxic, wasn't set up for success. The infrastructure wasn't set up for success. That infrastructure is provided by the ownership. The manager doesn't come in and spend 100 million on the training ground or 200 million. The manager doesn't fork out millions and say, right, lads, get on a scaffold, fix the roof. That's the
Talking
ownership.
about, yeah, talking about roofs, I think Liverpool are going to need to get theirs seen as well. There are leaks coming through theirs as well.
I wouldn't want to be FSG right now.
So it seems like they've been doing some of the stuff on the cheap as well, man. But look, after I think let's end it there. I think it's been an absolutely great game, a great performance by the lads. Unexpected. I know we were very surprised because, like I said, we were expecting a drop in there. And obviously the next game is Arsenal away, FA Cup. We'll no doubt do a podcast before then. But again, I think just finishing off, I will say again, look, obviously Garnacho's come off social media. I don't know when it was today, yesterday, or whatever have you. Look, that plays a part in what fans online are saying and doing. Let's just back these players. Let's try something different. You know, let's just back the players.
Instead of cutting them down, let's build them up.
Build them up and keep them up there. You know what I mean? Back them, and whenever they leave, look, whatever happens behind closed doors, leave it behind closed doors because we're not privy to a lot of information. We don't get to see a lot of things, so we're quick to make judgments. And again, this is why I always say to you guys, I don't care what the player does off the pitch. I don't think I even follow any players, any celebrities and
I don't
things
care
like
what they do on a Friday night. If they come on a Saturday and score a hat trick, it can be hung over. For all I care. I don't care.
Look, and if they've done
Obviously,
something,
don't bring yourself into like the media. But one example I'm going to use quickly before we go is people were talking about Rashford. Apparently, Laurie Whitwell as well. What a fucking tool! On the eve of the game, he's publishing that article about Rashford burying him. I thought you were a United fan.
Yeah, they're gonna get their fixed in. They're gonna get their paper
paid.
in. Do you know what I mean?
You know
Yeah.
what I mean, fair enough, but fucking hell, man! on the eve of the Liverpool game, the biggest game in our calendar every year.
Yeah.
Sorry, City, but it is what it is.
No, Liverpool definitely.
So Russia's been out drinking, whatever it is. Jack Grealish hasn't been sober for about 2 years. Hasn't scored a goal in 40 odd games?
2024 calendar year, he hadn't scored a goal.
Yeah, since 2023, he's not scored a goal. And he cost 100 million, by the way. Marcus Rashford's one of our own.
Yeah, look, like we've always said, Manchester United are a massive team. So any player that comes, you can't compare them to going to a Brighton or a Brentford or even a Man City. The pressures are totally different because of the size we are. But if the media are gonna, kill our players, let's at least as fans back them up. Do you know what I mean? Let's
defend against.
Yeah,
because we know, right? Look, negativity sells, controversy sells. The media are loving what's happening at Man United right now.
Yeah, and you got a lot of fans who are saying, "Oh, they shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that." They are, the media are doing this. Liverpool's their darlings, and well, you play your part and just back the players. Say we're not going to buy any of this negative news that you give us. But look, like I said, we're going to keep it positive. I think it's been a fantastic game, unexpected. Will it help Forest win the league? Look, we've
Hope
got you
so.
2 points. We've given you 2 points, man. So over to you guys tomorrow because if
We're playing in for Wolves.
if they lose to Wolves, say Wolves win tomorrow, that leaves Wolves. What are they on? 16, 17, 19 points. So that'll be 4 points behind us.
Does that put are Wolves in the relegation zone right now? Or are they out?
No, they're in 17th.
Okay, so they're just outside.
Well, they're the 17th. They got 16 points, same as Ipswich, but their goal difference is better. So yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that Wolves winning doesn't help us because we get that bit more closer down to the bottom a bit more.
I'd love to know
Another
who
team.
Manny's supporting tomorrow, because we know he's got a big thing. And Manny's a big Nuno fan. He loved Nuno when he was at Wolves. So,
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Manny, we love you, but I'm rooting for Forest. I'm sorry,
mate.
but I need Forest to win.
Forest, man. So Forest win 40 points. They'll be third because of the goal difference. They have 7. Arsenal have 21. But at least there'll be, another team that will be catching up to Liverpool. But yeah, positive result today. Hopefully we'll get a positive result tomorrow. And like I said, come on, fans, man. Follow Manchester United. You follow them, yeah. Support our lads. And yeah, man. Thank you for listening. Again, subscribe, like, share the podcast with everybody. Like I said, new brand, new name. Devil's Theatre. It makes it up, man. As always. Thank you, everybody listening. Take care.